What's going on, my tiddly bitch? I'm the caveman here, and okay, so finally, XESRAY Studios, the Jackal, She Jackal, Cassius, or whatever, finally got a new woman warrior in. So let's stop dicking around and let's check her out, because she looks good. Like, she looks good in hand. Like, it's always nice when the stuff looks good in hand, like better than the promo pictures. I didn't get the one with the messed up head, where they were talking where the eyes messed up. This one looks good. Skin tones and everything it actually looks like it might be a different body type too. So let me stop my babbling and let's hop over to the new review station. Wow, the lighting is so much better. So I'm like even more excited to get into this. So let's do a quick front shot. Quick back shot. Oh. Do you mind? Whoops. Oh. Yeah, so actual quick back shot. Yeah, and so if you want to brush up on the lore right here, you can, freeze frame and all that good stuff. And lastly, there's some extra lore on the side right here that I thought was pretty interesting. So there you go. Cassia, that's her name. Cassia the She Jackal. And I can see why she's called the She Jackal, because she has this kind of psycho, she'll cut you. So, alright, the review started off good, good stuff. XESRAY, they make good quality stuff, but I did run into some major, let's just get into it. So there's gonna be plenty of pictures, and I'll run through stuff, and then I guess remember what I was doing, and then I'll let you guys know. I'll start off with hands. I'm not gonna do both, because it's easier, they're the same hand, so it's a little kind of like grippy hand, just you know, grip stuff. The skin texture is really nice. They're getting really good with the paint. So I think this is actually the skin color that everybody thought Gold Hilder was going to be. But, well, she's the lighter skin tone that I think people were thinking Gold Hilder was going to be. Especially with those promo pictures that were kind of, let's be honest, kind of deceiving. So, alright, so that's that hand. So, grippy hands to hold her weapons, obviously. So she came with some fists. Basic stuff, you know, like freaking standard stuff that should just come with every action figure. Some gripping hands and some punchy hands, you know? And she's got like these flat kind of hands on here. I'll get more into that when I get into the figure. Wow. And of course the swappable feet. You can see she has the feet here, really nice on the details. And the sandal feet right here. So I did run into a little bit of an issue with the sandal feet. Like, they are nice. The swappability on stuff is becoming a lot better with XESRAY stuff. Other than, like, their old stuff was more, like, rigid. This stuff came in and out pretty easily. Right here, I ran into the issue. Is these leg guards right here that, you know, basically are supposed to be, like, one big sandal piece. So these are very tight on there. And since they're so tight, when you took them off, they didn't go back on as good, but you had to like turn them like spirally and spin them up to get them to go up better. I mean, I like having the bare feet. I just like the bare feet better, and these look better as shin guards to me. I'm going to get into more why she kind of looks like this, because we're going to go over to that armor piece. The armor piece is the biggest letdown of the entire thing, because it incorporates so much of the figure. And when you have this and you advertise that stuff is interchangeable or should be easily interchangeable, that's a QC issue, and I see where they were going with it. But this incorporates so much of the look of the other looks you were supposed to be able to do. And hey, your stuff could vary, but mine fucking sucked. Like, you see how it opens like that? Because there's these straps right here that they did for it, with these tiny little, you see these little pegs right here and everything. And like I said, the swappability on the hands and the feet, like, the stuff is more pliable, so it's easier to go in and out. It didn't come with the heat up warning either to tell you to heat up stuff, because stuff does come out in and out very easily. But on here, that's a big issue because all this stuff is super pliable. Like you can see how it's very easily bends, and the peg also very easily bends. So this is nearly impossible to get that back on there. And it was closed when she came with it on her. So that's huge. That is just, you can't get it on. Like, I mean, maybe you could, but I was honestly, when I'm fiddling around with something for more than 10 minutes, I kind of just say fuck it at that point. Like, and if it's really like that difficult, I'm not gonna stress myself out. I've got plenty of other options. There's more swappability. I can always get different armor pieces, blah, 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 blah. But this sucks. This is not good. And the thing that is crazy about this piece is on the old Baroness, they have the same thing, same exact thing, same exact design, but it's sculpted in there so that those don't come off. Now, I get trying to do new things, but that did not work. And, you know, you pop the torso, and then this piece comes right off. That'll bring me back to this piece. So I don't know why they didn't do the same thing here. They had to do this. And like back here is also like, see how this is like, this came off because I thought this would have been better if these straps popped up, and I ended up pulling this one off and I didn't realize until I saw it start to peel. But this would have worked better if these shoulder pads came up like this, and then you pop the torso, and would have been able to just pop this thing right off, because you are not getting these back on there. I'm harping on it, but you're not getting that back on. I mean, tedious stuff like that, like, hey, if you can, bravo. But that's really bad. There's no way I'm getting this on there without it looking wonky. And this incorporates other things. So let's hop over to the other things that this incorporates. So these shoulder pads were on her, and these are the same thing. Very pliable. The armor on the back is very pliable. The pegs are very pliable. So I was able to get this one on, but it took a really long time to get the fucking thing on there. And I was able to get it on there, but it's just bad. Like it's not good. This is all stuff that should have been addressed during production and everything. And they're not bad ideas. I get you want to try new stuff out, but when something's not broken, don't try to fix it. So there's no point in trying to fix it. But these went on the armor and came off the armor. And again, this incorporates into these two pieces here. Now, this cape, so the cape is really nice material. But you see these holes right here? These holes are supposed to go on this peg, on the shoulder pad. And then if you can't get the shoulder pad in the armor, there's no point. It's kind of pointless. And the same thing with like this kind of sash that goes over like the hood. I don't know how this went. I'm assuming these went on the pegs also, but that's so much stuff on those pegs that you would really have to, you would have to have a freaking magnifying glass and like the steadiest hands and some really, freaking crazy tools to do the job. Everything that incorporated into the armor was just totally fucked and thrown out the window once you came across it and started trying to swap things out and everything. So the armor piece was it was a big fail, I think. This would have just worked better because I have this 4 horsemen piece right here. And look, this is how stuff should have just went. It should have, and this probably would have worked better with the cape too. See, now that's slid in the big hole that I had made very easily. And it's kind of on there, and that's a 4 horsemen piece because this is more rigid. At least the peg is harder to do, which I think is where the big problems are. It's like you can't have flimsy pegs and flimsy base pieces because that is just not, especially when they're that small, that is just not going to work. All right, so that honestly was the biggest gripe from the entire thing, was just that main armor piece incorporating all those things. And we'll move on to better things. So she came with 2 hair pieces right here. that both interchange very easily. This one, kind of fancy do. This doesn't look bad. It's actually kind of not, like, it's a little more matted, so it looks more like hair quality. And then we had like the base one that came with her with just the short kind of haircut, which doesn't look bad. Also looks good with like hair and everything. The hair that she has right there, I gave her from my old Baroness because I'm getting the new one anyway. There's swapability going on, but these hair pieces aren't bad. These pieces, little bit of an issue too because there is a peg hole back here too. I took this one off. Thankfully, I got it back on there. The big issue here is it did take a really long time, and I almost tore the belt trying to get it in there again. So that's kind of rough. And the little mini knife comes out, in and out. Really nice on the details. You can see all the gold and the studs on the strap and everything. Really nice on this. The helmet is really cool too. That goes in and out very easily, as does a face plate here, which is even really, like, that is just cool that's a little added. So you can have a face guard, or you could just have an open helmet, which they both look really good, really nice on the details. If, you know, my stuff will focus, or in and out of focus. I don't know what's going on with my camera today. The shield went on pretty easily though too. As you can see, it went on there. With this hand though, like this piece, that's fine because you're obviously not going to see it. You can pose it around and everything. This could have had a little more give for it to go on there, but I mean, it works. It's not like a bad piece. So that still works. It's really nice on the details and everything. This strap is also like her sword and everything. That yeah, so her sword and everything, nice sword, nice on the details. Everything is really, really good with the details and everything on her. These bracers right here are obviously go in and out very easily, very nice on the details. XESRAY is always pretty damn good on the details. The head sculpt is really nice. And well, here's the head without the hairpiece I used. Put that back. I do like this hair piece a lot, but it doesn't fit like fully flush, but it works. And there's that psycho look I was talking about. That kind of, yeah, she'll cut you up, man. she'll definitely cut you up. And then the bracers on the feet that are really nice, gold buckles and everything like that. So the balance on her is really good. As you can see, that's on her like tippy toes right there. So that's really, really nice. Like, balance is good, posability is good, articulation is nice, it flows very nicely. The dress is pretty much the only underpiece you get. There's no like bra or anything. So like this was like it. And that pretty much gave you some scuffage issues that I definitely ran into. So I mean, I like the cloth goods and everything, but it is still a nice piece. So there is still, I mean, she's got like the white underwear going on, which I think would have worked better if she had like gold Hilders kind of underwear, the kind of brown going on. I think that would have worked better for her. And strike a pose. So realistically, that was kind of showing off the articulation. Honestly, this armor piece right here would kind of hinder some of that stuff with all these flaily things there and everything. I'm just totally bummed about this armor piece. But the articulation is really good. Double knees. You know, really smooth double knees. They're really, like, XESRAY is really good with that. You've seen the leg movement, goes all the way out. Freaking foot movement, really good. Rocker and everything. Arms have a little shoulder give in there. You know, so they go up. Pops off, but that goes right back in. So that's not an issue. They've gotten a lot better with, like I said, they didn't even have the notice to heat the stuff up anymore. No double arms or anything. Uh-oh. Am I seeing a pin there? Yeah, there's a pin there. But I mean, it blends in nicely. Like, there is a pin at the elbow right here. and hand movement and everything. Head, really good mobility, good movement at the diaphragm and everything, you know, like, so not a whole lot of articulation, no bicep, but it cuts back on the aesthetic. You know, the aesthetic looks great. So I mean, that's really about it. Like, it is still a good figure. So let's jump into some size comparisons real quick and wrap up Cassia, the She Jackal here. Alright, so what better way to start it off than with a trio of XESRAY freaking warrior women, right? So we got the original Baroness on your left and Gold Hilder on your right. I think there are some different body types going on. There's definitely some different skin tones going on, but they all look really good. They're all really good on articulation for what you have, you know, that doesn't break up the aesthetic. And yeah, swappability and everything, you have options. So if you do get something that's messed up, you have options. Like, I can't stress that enough. And here we got the She Jackal with She-Hulk from the Marvel Legends line and Evelyn from the Masterverse line. And finally, here she is with Mafex's Homelander, one of the many Homelanders they did, and a more standard size Marvel Legend, Captain America. And we'll finish up with an action shot, as always. But yeah, there were issues. There's usually issues with stuff. The price point isn't bad on XESRAY stuff. The aesthetic is really good on XESRAY stuff. They are improving and trying different things, but that armor piece is just, it's kind of fucked. Find a better way of designing that. And I mean, hey, maybe some people aren't having an issue with it. There are other improvements for sure, like the softer plastic for interchangeable is really good. Just certain things, if they're gonna completely incorporate a different look, it needs to function the way it should function. Everything else is great. Everything is good. Paint details as always. So it's good. It's a good XESRAY figure. Just that one thing kind of throws a wrench in everything. That's all. Anyway, guys, you know me. Always on the lookout for cool stuff to bring to you. Always calls it how I sees it. And I will catch you guys next time in the cave.